We are gathered here to fill you with fear and give you a treat for your ears as we invade your mind with our scary rhymes and some tales that can be gory. As you bear witness and sit here and listen to our poetic horror stories. Hello, I'm back again. You all know me for my spooky stories as a 911 operator. But I'm in my last post, my Halloween story. I said my name. Yes, my friends and family call me Sam. My true name is Samantha. I think it's about time to tell you a little bit about myself. But I'm not going to go too far in depth. I'm not really ready yet. So, I'll save that for another post, when I'm ready to tell you more. I am an only child, and my father was in the military. We moved around a lot, which made it hard for me to keep friends. I was pretty much alone, in isolation and solitary. Till one day, I made a friend that became very attached to me. We were best friends. We did everything together. But there was a problem. I was the only one she would talk to. I was the only one who could see her. My parents thought she was an imaginary friend. But to me, she was real. She wasn't pretend. I played with her for a couple of years. I was 10. Suddenly, my father was assigned to another army base, and we had to move. I knew she wasn't going to take this well. I told her my father was being transferred to another location, and I won't be able to stay with her. She wasn't happy with this news. She looked at me with tears in her eyes, and she said,
"I thought we were best friends. If you leave me, I will be alone again. And I don't want to be alone. This isn't fair. This is your home. You promised we would be friends forever, and we would play. You need to tell your parents you can't go away, that you want to stay. You can't break your promise that you made."
I told her that I wish I could stay with her, but I can't. I have to go. Besides, I'm too young to stay here on my own. I'm only 10 years old. She looked at me with a menacing smile, and she said, "I know how you can stay. I have a way. We can be together forever. Trust me, it will be okay." I asked her, what is her plan? She told me,
"Let me take care of everything, and when it's time, I promise you will understand."
Somewhere in the back of my mind, something felt off. But I looked at her nervously, smiled, and I just nodded. And for a few days, I didn't see my friend. I couldn't find her anywhere. But my parents started to notice I was acting a bit differently. I was doing things that wasn't like me. Like, I started to sleepwalk late at night and would stand in their doorway without saying a word. And when they woke up, I would be there giving them a fright. But I had no memories of doing any of these things. My parents just thought I was behaving this way due to the move and I was stressed. But that wasn't it. I was being possessed. This is just a friendly reminder to please like and comment to let us know how we are doing so far. We would love to hear from you all. And if you're new, please subscribe and become a part of the PHS crew. And we thank you. I didn't know this at the time. The thing I called my friend was controlling my body and mind. Most of the time, It would wait till I fell asleep. Then it would take over me. One night I woke up with a knife in my hand, and I was standing in my parents' bedroom at the foot of their bed. I ran out quickly, shaking and scared. My supposed friend was right. I understood her plan. She wanted me to take my parents' life. She wanted them to die. When I made it back to my room, I started to cry. Then she walked out of the shadows and asked me,
"Are you all right?"
I told her, no. Then I asked her, how are you controlling me? And why are you trying to have me harm my parents? She stood there for a while, and then she started to smile. She said,
"You really don't get it, do you? You really don't have a clue."
I asked her, I don't get what? As I looked at her in disgust. She said,
"You are a conduit, a medium. You are a powerful psychic that I could use. Children are easy to trick, and they are very obedient."
As a child, I didn't understand. I said, a conduit? A medium? What's that? I asked. She started to show her true colors and started to drop the childish facade.
You are a vessel, a bright light in the dark. You are an open soul. You are a portal. You are a link between two worlds, the living and the dead. You attracted me with your light from the shadows. This is why I became your friend. I let you see me as a sweet, lost little girl, so I could get close to you, and eventually I would take over your body, so I can cross over into your world.
I was disgusted, shocked, and terrified. All of these feelings hit me all at one time. I asked, if you're not a little girl, then what are you? Where did you come from? Tell me the truth. She started to laugh. Then she said,
I am something that you cannot comprehend. I have been here from the beginning of time, before there was light. I'm the original sin, and you promise that you and I will be together forever. Best friends to the end. You now belong to me. I will not let anyone, not even your parents, take you away. You can never leave.
Then it showed me its true form. It was a grotesque, scaly, slimy, grayish-colored reptile, and it stood upright about 10 feet tall. It had long claws and sharp teeth. Then it growled at me. I was stunned. My legs were shaking so hard I couldn't run. It said,
Now you see me as I truly am. This is what I am, Sam. Now you will obey and do as you are told, or I will devour your soul.
Suddenly, I heard a voice telling me,
"Say no, that you won't. You are strong. You have to believe that this thing has no hold."
So I did in a timid voice. I told it, no. It started to hiss and it snapped at me.
You will do what I ask, or things will become very bad. You will get rid of your parents, and when they are gone, you will be mine.
But again, I heard a voice that told me,
"It has no hold. It can never possess you and take your soul, because your soul is yours."
The voice I heard wasn't my own, but it had a sweet and gentle tone. It made me feel safe, warm, and strong. So again, I said no, but my voice was much louder and bolder. It was really mad. I could see the fury in its eye. I think I took it by surprise. Suddenly, it looked like it grew bigger. It was enraged. It reared back to strike me, to claw my face. But suddenly, I saw a beautiful, glowing, bright white light. I could see a woman in front of me. She was protecting me. She wasn't going to let the demon harm me. She was my grandmother. But I didn't understand how this could be. She had died when I was a little baby. But I recognize her from the pictures that my mother has of her hanging in our living room. She looked young, radiant, stunning, and she was completely beautiful. She told the demon,
You will not touch this child. In fact, you have no power here. Be gone. Back to hell with the other corrupted souls that are vile and defiled.
The demon recoils, cuss, and hiss. I could tell it was really pissed. It told my grandmother,
I will leave, but I will be back. She will never be rid of me. You can't protect her for her entire life. One day, she will be mine.
And just like that, it was gone. It disappeared in the shadows. My grandmother turned, smiled, and looked at me. She gently caressed my face and kissed me on my cheek. She told me,
You have the gift of sight. In this dark world, you are a beacon of light. You will attract the good, and also the bad. But there is nothing you should fear, because you are strong. Please, remember that.
I smiled and nodded my head. She said,
I will always be here for you, and you have the power of your family. As long as you know this, there is nothing that can harm you. Nothing you can't defeat.
Then she faded away as the sunlight entered into my room, signaling a new day. So now you know a little more about me, and why I attract the bizarre and weird 911 calls. Strange things that happen to me most of my life. It's normal to me. I've become used to it over time. Thank you all for listening to me, and for your support. Bye for now, until my next post.